Oh. Oh, it doesn't work. It's time for Yo!
Don't worry, Josh has never podcasted like this before.
No, it was on the wrong.
With chocolate?
I have a Stream Deck, and
know,
it was
I'm
on the
just kidding.
wrong folder. So
I'm just giving you shit, Josh, because it's funny. What's up, you
Rod.
beautiful fuckers?
Fuck you, Rod. Giving me shit right off the bat. Jesus. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, fuck me. I mean, just as long as you have consent, Josh.
I think that's consent. The tongue out.
Ooh woo. Ooh woo. I don't get the what is the fingers together mean? Is
Because
that
it's supposed to be like bashful, like, oh, I'm so cute.
It's docking.
Or it's docking.
So I mean, but I
Sounding
swear
rods.
Docking must be hard in America because most people here are circumcised and it's bullshit. And I'm still mad my parents circumcised me.
Why would you
taking
be
my
mad
way-
about that? It's a way better look.
Because you lose like 10% of your nerves for that shit, man.
Whatever. I like
And-
to look better.
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad I'm.
And it slides in better without it. Or with it, I should say.
I have no
because
idea. So
You gotta clean it extra. Well, I
It's
mean,
not
you
too
should clean
bad.
it anyway, but
Yeah,
I
was
love
gonna
how
say,
we haven't even said welcome to Murder Moose Podcast, episode 118, part of the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. We're already talking about penises, but today we're talking about Deadstream as well.
yeah, we are, and penises. No, we are Slash and Cast Podcast Network affiliated. It's in the
It's
game.
in the game.
it's
Hey!
in the game.
We have a continue. We have a Josh WRB. And we have you're pressing like 8 buttons at a time. Someone
We have
the
Rod, we
toy.
have Continue, we have Josh, and we have a soundboard. We've
have
made
soundboard.
it.
We have farts. We have everything.
Yay! Oh, wait, we got cuts. I
Oh yeah, don't
remembered.
forget.
You're cutting way early in the stream, Josh. I don't get it.
It will be
I don't
the
get it.
only cuts I make the entire episode. I guarantee it.
Okay, well, what's up, you motherfuckers? Let's get going. It's like late for Ken, so we don't want to like plumpkin ourselves too much before we start. But like,
What are you
how you
talking
guys
about?
doing?
This is the perfect movie to plumpkin to.
It is. I mean,
That's
it
a
really
fair
is.
statement.
I was telling Ken while you were off getting your period chocolate, Josh, that this movie does have lots of. It gives me Evil Dead 2 vibes, especially the last half an hour or so. Very slapsticky, very.
Oh, I was like,
Very-
what are you doing?
It's when he's got the lady.
Oh yeah.
But it embraces, and I was saying it embraces the spirit Halloween the aesthetic of this, like of the costumes and shit like that. The masks and everything is very, which I love. So yeah. What have you guys been doing? Hey, how was your New Year's? Everyone have a wonderful New Year's.
It was great. We drove 4.5 hours to Nashville and then drove 4.5 hours home on the same day. No, thank you.
I
Well,
was
past
sick,
Nashville.
so we just stayed in and took it easy. And I was
Like, we didn't even go to like party. We left
don't
at
go to-
9 in the morning and then got back at like 9 at night.
I watched Katie and Zeke go into midnight and then went, okay, I'm going to bed, and passed out, and then woke up tired as fuck the next day because I still wake up at 7 and I'm like, I'm too old for this shit.
I woke up at normal time every day, and it was weird because as soon as there's no alarm, I was waking up before my alarm, and then today I woke up by my alarm again. I'm like, what the fuck?
I have that issue on the weekends because I'm like, oh, I can sleep in. And then it's like
Yeah,
5:30, 6 o'clock. And I'm like, I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, your body gets
Fuck
used
it.
to it.
Brain, man. It's the fucking brain. It's the most beautiful of the organs, but it also is the most fucked up of the organs.
Are you sure
And
they're
it's the
both
least
beautiful?
understood.
We
Yeah.
were just talking about.
About the foreskin?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's also lovely, and so is the vagina. So, but like all these things, and the anus is wonderful. Have you guys been have you guys been watching anything horror wise? Like I know I dove into some Shudder stuff, but have you guys watched anything in the last week besides this?
I watched a lot of movies. They weren't horror at all.
I started diving into Sister Wives.
Oh no, Ken, multiple
I
things.
still haven't watched Psycho Gorman.
I was gonna say that was gonna be the second part of my statement. I was like, Ken, you don't have enough
didn't
time for
even do
yourself,
Psycho.
and you're okay. Ken, we're gonna have to cut you off from the podcast. You're watching Sister Wives and not
just wait.
Psycho Gorman.
Bye.
There we go.
Bye, Ken.
No, we got it.
Thanks
We
for
got
having
it.
me.
We're fine. We got Psycho Gorman in your place
Yes,
now.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
No, Ken, you're wonderful, and we love you. I don't like. I know people love like the Housewives of Atlanta and shit like that, and like is Sister Wives like about like the polygamy families somewhere? I assume.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion before, I think, on this podcast even. One relationship's enough. How do you think that marrying 6 chicks is like gonna work out well? Oh, fucking
Well, it's crazy because I saw it on there and I saw it on Discovery Plus, which is just pure trash 95% of the time. And I was like,
Pure
I
Trash
remember-
95.9. Welcome.
I remember watching some of these episodes in like 2005. I wonder what they're up to. And I opened it. There's 17 seasons. 17.
That's a lot.
I'm on season 2. I'm halfway through season 2. Whatever.
That's a lot of. Are they Mormons? I assume they're Mormons. Like the Mormons love their polygamy, but like,
yes.
I figured as much.
Church. Yeah, I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's why
I talk
there are
about it
weird-
a lot, but
There are weird like stretches of the Mormon church that moved to like Mexico, like including like Romney like related individuals who like because they weren't allowed to marry enough women in like Utah and shit like that, so they moved to Mexico so they can and they have these crazy Mormon compounds. So yeah.
well,
It's
that
a
was the
lot.
thing with this first season or whatever is that the state's trying to, or their local sheriff's department wants to sue them for or go after them for bigotry. Jesus Christ! Oh, it's just.
That doesn't even. I know it doesn't even sound like a real word while you're saying it. It's like bigotry.
Bigotry?
Yeah, bigotry is when you don't like people. That's very different. And it's like no, you just throwing extra letters in there. Yeah. I watched Black Adam and then which was entertaining. Well, I was glad I didn't go to see it in the theater. But only because The Rock is good.
We went and saw that movie in theaters because one of our clients had like an ad buy for one of the commercials we did for the Alberta Teachers Association. And they had like the whole ad buy for like the Cineplex theaters in Canada or whatever. So before the movies, the ad that my company did played before. So we went and met the client there and saw Black Adam in 4DX. So it was where the chairs and like not just the seats, but the whole row as well moves. There's scents and like strobe lights and wind and like
They have like
The Rock's
mist.
head.
mist
head.
and yeah. So, but like because it's an action movie and because it's not fun. You're literally like, oh fuck, oh, like moving around. Yeah, you have to hold on to your popcorn because it will go flying if you don't. So it like, I don't know if it made the movie better, but it made it more memorable. And
Yeah.
it's not a terrible movie, but like when you're
No.
spending that much money and you're putting all your eggs in a fucking
Yeah.
really like cliche movie, like of course someone's gonna come in and be like, no. Like
Those
Yep.
4D things always remind me of, I was looking up the name of it, but the extraterrestrial alien encounter at Disney. I don't know if you guys ever went on that.
yep.
No.
I did.
It reminds me of that. It was like 4D before 4D was a
Yeah.
thing, kind of. And like
That's
your
all
seats
the-
didn't move,
Yeah.
but like it was like in the 90s, and you would feel
think it
like
was
rats
terrifying.
running, and
Yeah.
it was really freaking scary.
All the rides now are like that in the parks. or like that. Like there's a Minions ride, there's a Shrek ride, there's like
Yeah.
all that stuff, and all most of the Harry Potter. I mean, not most of the Harry Potter stuff, but like a lot of the Harry Potter stuff is like that too. It's just like that. It's not real rides, especially in LA because they have no room in LA because it's so fucking expensive, right?
So I gotta
watched-
talk about fucking Evil Dead too, because like the Evil Dead Rise poster came out today. So then the concept
You mean
poster that
Smile, Evil Dead Smile?
Oh.
but like the concept poster that I did like months ago just randomly got like a shit ton of traction today because everyone's talking
people are
about
Googling
Evil
it.
Dead. Yeah,
And
so like
Googling it,
it was
yeah.
like one of the better days I've had on Twitter in months and months and months.
Nice.
But then I also righted a wrong with my Christmas Bloody Christmas and
fixed the name.
did this Deadstream poster today
Dude.
too. So I had a lot of fun today.
Ken and I were saying before you came back that it looks like a metal album and it's fucking dope. You killed it. The poster's dope. I was gonna say before we get into this, I watched 2 movies on Shudder that are the exact opposite of this movie, that are not happy movies and very, very fucked up. And that was I watched A Wounded Fawn and another called The Apology. And both movies are really fucking like Debbie Downer movies. But then like A Wounded Fawn is like shot in like to make it look like it was a 70s movie, like, you know, the grainy and shit like that, and shot in the 70s. And it reminded me of Fresh, but like if Fresh had taken acid at the same time, it is a fucking ride. Both are
What was
worth
that one called?
watching. A Wounded Fawn.
Okay.
Yeah, and the setup is exactly the same as Fresh, like exactly the same, but besides the romantic comedy at the beginning, but like then it goes even crazier. So those were both nuts, but they were. There's a Psycho Gorman over Josh's house. He's reading the porn and then doing the things. But yeah, so both of those are worth watching. They're not like go into them though, knowing that they're like.
What was the second one?
The Apology. So it's this
okay,
woman.
yeah.
This woman is sitting there, and it's like the anniversary of her daughter disappearing, and the person who took her daughter shows up and to apologize, and it is not a very, but like it's got Janine Garofalo's in it, and the wife from Breaking Bad is the main character in it. So it was like quality wise, it was pretty good. So that was they're both entertaining shit. So yeah, both like 90 minutes also. So Shudder, keep nailing that 90-minute mark, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, I don't know if I can talk about this on the show or not, but whatever.
Then don't. Yeah. Then don't. You don't want to get in trouble, man.
I'm working on some other fun stuff too. There's one thing and there's another thing, and I can't wait to talk about all of it.
Nice. You beautiful bastard. Awesome. Yeah, we're what Josh has told us, he hasn't even told us everything, but yeah. Yeah.
I was making websites for stuff already too. Like we're doing it all backwards, but we're doing, I don't know, because it's to get like extra production money in as well too. So it's fun because I'm getting to flex the things that I know how to do with like just straight concept advertising and stuff as well before anything's even made. So it's kind of cool.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
Also,
like this.
Ken was playing your game the other day on stream, and she was like, "Josh loves this game." You're
Oh no, I showed it because I bought it because it was on
Okay.
sale. So I showed it on stream, and I was like, "Yeah, Josh loves this game, and he talks about it a lot. So I want to try it at some point."
Oh, All Quiet Roads?
Mini Motorways? Oh no, you like All Quiet Roads. I bought the wrong one. That's fine. I'll get that one.
dude, I bought so many games over the Steam sale. So I finished up buying the Yakuza series.
I think
and
All Quiet
bought,
Roads is only $5 anyway. So
It's 10 right now.
oh, blasphemy!
Blasphemy.
I've been playing a game called Brotato a lot, which is one of the like.
I've seen that. Sorry.
It's like Vampire Survivors. It's the same kind of thing. You have a square and you're a character and you run around in circles evading monsters for like 20 rounds or whatever. It's mindless
I can
fun.
say I am working on a horror movie.
Yay!
It's called Josh Eats Taco Bell. It's scary. I bet it has as big of budget as Deadstream, by the way, and then we could transition.
Honestly, like I know we're gonna get into it in a minute, but like I felt like for whatever budget they had, they definitely did great up until they embraced the spirit Halloween side of things, and then you could really see that budget just shine on through. But I mean, like I felt up until then it was. But then again, to be fair, we personally can do a lot of that stuff without any budget.
But that's why this movie,
which is why I liked it.
Yeah, I think for us, like all of us coming from the streaming world, and like me with the love of just like stupid cheap tech too. Yeah, because like I've bought every stinky like cheap camera to see if I could make it good quality as well. Like you upgrading your DSLR for your stream, and it's just showing like how good you can. Like, just look at how fucking. Oh wait, there he is. Look at how fucking good this guy looks. Like seriously,
you look fabulous.
I love this camera.
But like all this stuff and everything they did was so. Like they understand the world of live streaming. They understand the stupidity of like maybe not so much the numbers because it doesn't like that's where there's a huge disconnect. Like for us, understanding like the biggest streamers in the world are not going to pull those numbers.
No, like even when Ninja and Drake were together, they didn't pull those kind of numbers.
He was at like in the millions. I think the last time. He was at like 4+ million at some point. Like I think when the Chrissy was like, and your record numbers or whatever, and it's like
Chrissy, wake up.
I hated that her name was fucking Chrissy, of course. I was like, what the fuck? Of course her name
it wasn't real, right? So I mean it didn't matter, but yeah, it's true.
I almost wore my space buns in homage to her.
Dude, I did a photo shoot for
every Chrissy I know is the devil, so
for the OnlyFans yesterday, and I dressed up in the slave Princess Leia costume, and my wife put in like little weird buns on the top of my head. It was very weird.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So with Deadstream,
again, a normal Tuesday.
When you guys brought it up and you were like, oh, it's about, a live streamer, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to watch something like this because they're always so cringy. They always make us look like assholes. They do an amazing job of making influencers or content creators or streamers or whatever to be like pieces of shit. And it's always so cringe. But when I started this, I was like, I like the fact this motherfucker's been knocked down a peg. And then like the more that I watched it, the more I was like, this is really interesting. I feel like the actor they chose probably could have been a little bit younger. Not anything against age, but I feel like it was just a little bit.
It was a husband.
It was
and
more
wife
early
team.
20s.
It was a husband and wife team. So like the wife wrote and directed it, and he is the husband. I believe.
Okay. Well, then cool.
Exactly. Like I felt the same as you just said, and then when I looked at the IMDb page, I was like, oh shit, like.
This motherfucker's Josh's age. So, I mean.
Yeah. He
was born in 85.
But, like, just. But
See, I also don't look like. Because I was born in 90, so.
Yeah.
I don't look my age. I don't have a crater face.
Oh, poor guy.
Did you get called crater face in high school?
Oh my god.
No,
some of those
it was
statements
straight from the movie.
Me.
Like obviously he was cool with it, right? So
oh my god.
I love
there
that
were
they
so
poked
many
fun
comments.
Of all that stuff too though. Like because it made him more self-aware, made me like him more because of how he was able to just like keep going. And that's what made me like almost believe him as like a streamer, part of this character even more, because it's just like it's all about the sponsorship dollars and like not getting demonetized and like these are legit fucking things that if this is your life, you have to fucking worry about. And it was, it's.
Well, even how they turned the fucking ending into the clip-pocalypse, where they're like, wait, you get copy. They didn't say copyright strike. They said copy strike. He's like, I'm gonna copy strike her, and it's just like it was like the wording was a little off, but the idea was fucking like perfect for the whole environment. And like, I have to say, like he fucking killed it because this whole movie is carried on him. It's Joseph Winter, right? Who plays Sean Rudy, and they do so many of the things that are like, it. You know what the one thing is, like, I think that the only thing that they kind of failed in, the guy is way too likable to be like like this kind of like.
That's what they had
Logan
to inject
Paul.
the comedy side though, because like, you know, the way it was shot and edited, it a lot of the scary parts didn't land as scary to me. It was more just like a lead up, and the fact that they would switch over to like a laugh right after, I was like, that was tonally, it was good for the entire movie like that. So
it's the freaky stuff they do is most of the stuff that's like it's not even like the kind of jump scares, but like they do a lot with the corner man, like in going in and out of rooms and like that. And the kid under the blanket at that one point.
Oh my God. That was
and then
glorious.
The one with the kid with the what do you call it? Like the basket case kind of thing, like where he's just showing up. He's like, when they're already embracing the whole fucking the spirit Halloween thing, is like we keep saying, is just it never got fucking scary, but it got like creepy a couple times, and like that's why, like you said, it was like it has that very like Evil Dead 2 vibe, like the original Evil Dead 2. Even her makeup, yeah. When she comes after him in her like, it looks like a Deadite kind of like, but it was a little more green.
I have her on the poster, and she was like way more prominent on it, and then I was like, it. Like, because I was taking screenshots of the movie, and I was like, it doesn't look scary. It looks goofy. Yeah. Because she's like smiling. It's, I made it creepier, and she is kind of there, but like, at the same time, like, because they were relying on like, the look of GoPros and spotlights, and it shows all the glue. And
I have his contacts. Well, not his, but I have those contacts. And I was like, I'll put them in, but I don't have enough fluid on them for that. So.
Dude,
lube up.
The scene where he shoots the sheriff, who's like the guy who died.
God.
And the body is
the sheriff.
The body is just sliding down the fucking thing. It's like the most like you could stuffed like it's just like
it was so great. It was such a perfect hole too.
Because he shoots it with the bobblehead doll, which is fucking wonderful, because it's like guys like that level, like I think Ninja actually had bobblehead dolls or has bobblehead dolls.
Fucking like van, like a bus at TwitchCon with merch and shit on it, and like the whole fucking thing was ninja-fied, and then he had like his own fucking whatever. Anyway, sorry.
I'm gonna go off of that.
He went and got like an agent with like getting him into TV deals and all that stuff, right? So it's the same person would be like, okay, so this is what we do for our like big celebrities. So
right,
perception.
I've never seen.
Right?
He's got to be the personality of a rock, and yet he's like the man has no personality. His in the little personality he does have is sexist. Like that's like his thing, and it's just like I mean, because why? Who's he popular with? Like 12-year-olds, right? So it makes sense.
I mean, I thought it was, and I told Rod before we got started, in a lot of ways, his character reminded me of a more lighthearted and funny version of Ice Poseidon, which I didn't know. Rod didn't know who that was.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, but like, because he was always in trouble. He was always doing like stupid shit like this guy's doing.
Yeah.
Like he was he was legally in a lot of trouble for some of his shenanigans. So it reminded me, like, every time I do something, I was like, like, so I don't know. I thought it was really good. And like the big thing that I had with this was that, and I've mentioned it numerous times, I was sure it was going to be cringy, and it did not feel that way at all.
That's why I suggested it, because I was like, I was afraid of that too. And I had heard people talk about it.
As soon as I turned it on, I was like, oh no. And then I was like,
because they started off with all that shit that the family friendly Twitch streamer or YouTube, the streamer, and like, you know, the hokey cuts and the sound effects and the energy drinks and the merchandise, like all that shit, right? And it's sitting there and it's like hits all of it, but then like they go over the top at the beginning, and then they had that compilation I really like of him getting in trouble, like him throwing shit at the cops and him
that was glorious.
Yeah, and like him doing all this stuff, and it's like, wow, this guy's. It really came off, and I know that wasn't like they were trying to make him more of an asshole. He just seemed like a lovable dummy doing stupid stuff because he was a streamer, right? And like Ken, I know, you know, and I know, and like Josh, there are plenty of people who do stupid shit like that. Like I was just reading on Twitter today about this streamer who in the last like month has been banned off of Twitch 7 times. Like she keeps getting banned. I thought it was 3
strikes, you're out.
Well, that's supposedly the rule, but I can think of like multiple people off the top of my head that have had 10 plus bans.
Yeah. There was like, it was like,
they're not going to learn.
They logged it. It was like banned 3 days, banned a week, banned 3 days. Like since the beginning of December, this woman got banned like 7 times. And I'm like,
for what? Too much skin?
I would have to do way too much investigation for that. Like, but like, it's that thing. It's that, dude, I will never forget Zeke getting banned from 3 days because he was playing on the 4th of July. He was playing this stupid game called Hot Dog Man. And like the first level, it was like some puzzle game. On the first level, they had a pair of anime boobs, which is fine. But then he beat the first level, and then it went full on like anime, you know, hentai. And it was on the screen for like 3 seconds, and he got fucking banned for 3 days because someone fucking ratted on him. And it's just like, he got banned for the same time that chick who fucked him live on Twitch got banned for, until I think Ken, you told me she got permabanned, but like,
yeah, she ended up getting permabanned.
It's just like, it's nuts the shit people do. And like,
is that the one where she was in the window?
Like the reflection. Yeah. Reflection, you could see her. Like you couldn't see her getting fucked in like the regular thing, but then you saw the reflection. It's like,
I'm
being clever right now.
Oh,
I'm so clever.
I'm so smart. It's that thing where
little
like,
do you know, I'm getting a blowjob right now.
Man, you're like, it's like that episode of Archer where they're going to like that. They're using the bearer bonds to like track down like Mallory's like 8th sex tape that's on the show, and Archer's getting blown in the hot tub by a hooker. I'm like, how do you get a blowjob underwater like that? Like, how that works? How's the math work in that equation? Yeah, that's talent.
It's like back when you used to have a lot of people that would stream their top half on Twitch and their bottom half on MFC or somewhere else, and that was a big thing.
I didn't know about that one.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, like girls would stream, and not just girls, guys would do it too, but mainly girls. They would stream from like here up, and they would be playing the game. But then down below, they would be streaming down below, and they'd have either people down below or like
toys,
just be doing shit or like toys or whatever. And they did really well on both platforms.
Dude, I not that I'm making much money on OnlyFans, but you just see the ones who do make lots and lots and lots of money. You're just like, damn. And it's like, dude, I'm all about it.
And they're all female.
Obviously, I mean, there are guys that do it. It's the exception to the rule, right? It's like, it's the exception to the rule that guys make money on there. Like there's that guy who like paid off his parents' house doing OnlyFans stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But did he
it
look
happens.
photoshopped in real life?
He was a good looking dude in real life.
But did he
I
look
don't know.
photoshopped?
I don't think he looked photoshopped. But one of the things I do love about OnlyFans though, like, is that like OnlyFans has like that clientele of everyone. Like that you see all people of all shapes and sizes on OnlyFans, which makes me happy because like body positivity, man. You do you. You show what you got. You be proud.
That's
you
what
be
you're
proud
saying.
of you.
Yeah.
Yep. It is. But yeah, so like I think that like that's the one thing about this movie that I'm like that like they kind of bounced a little bit was like the guy he's too likable for this character who's kind of supposed to be a little skeezy, and it's like I don't think they ever like, which it's to make the movie better, but like this guy, like you're like making him Logan Paul basically, who was fucking, or Jake, I don't know, one of the Pauls, who's like showing like hanging bodies in the suicide forest and shit like that. It's basically what the level you were applying. I was also laughing with Kin before Josh came back that like the only real streamer they make fun of is PewDiePie, which is fucking hysterical because
he's not
racist.
even a streamer. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, but he's
He
racist
streams
as
every
shit.
now and then.
Yeah,
But he's
and
still
his army.
to call him a streamer.
I mean, but it's the same. I mean, like he makes it really. This guy is a content creator, right? Because he talks about like his whole thing in the movie is that he's like, yeah, remember that time I made that YouTube video where I got demonetized for like singing the Beach Boys, and like so this guy is making all that kind of content.
I guess you can't consider anyone just one platform anymore, because if you're doing it, you're not doing it right if you're not on all of them funneling to the main one. So
I mean, look at all of us here are on like every fucking it's like all over the place. So it's like you have to, because like no one's like giving you any help, no one's giving you any assistance, no one's giving you anything like that. And like the more like fingers you have in the pot, the more likely are you to do well. And it's like, yeah, I mean it's not usually making you weigh tons of money, right? But like it helps like give you exposure, So it gives you exposure, and not in like having your genitalia out, just gives you exposure. But
don't die of exposure, Rod.
You know what else was funny about this, and it made me laugh, like because like the he's selling himself as a family friendly streamer, while it seems like everyone is like, oh my god, you're this terrible person who, the first time I watched this movie, I was like, he killed a homeless dude, but he didn't kill a homeless dude. He just put a homeless dude in the hospital because he was sick. And I was like, oh, okay. I picked that up better the second time, because I just was like,
didn't he like beat up a homeless guy? Is that what he said?
He paid a homeless man to fight him, and he thought the homeless man would kick his ass because he was a lot bigger than him.
Yeah. And it sounds like he hit him, and like whatever was wrong with the homeless dude, like fucked him up, and he ended up at the hospital. And he got like acquitted of it. And that was one of those things. It's all of it seemed like reasonable, like even like not reasonable, but like, you know what I mean? It seems like things a real streamer would do, which I think is Josh is ADHD is all fucked tonight, huh? He's like,
you're saying it is okay to beat up a homeless man? I don't think so.
No, but like if you think about it, Rod, what's like the weirdest thing that you've done as like a sub incentive or a goal or something for charity, or what's like the craziest thing that you've done?
Dressing up like a French maid is pretty out there. I've had a cake rammed in my face. Yeah, those probably like I haven't done as many crazy
weird stuff all the time though. That's why I say it's a normal Tuesday for Rod.
I get in an inflatable T-Rex suit and dance around.
I love those.
It's so I love my T-Rex costume.
I left mine at Ben's house on Halloween. Damn it!
I still don't have one. It's wild.
It's worth buying, Ken. I don't know about
It
that
really
room though.
is.
Like maybe once you get the
Once the basement's done.
yeah, you get that.
I have
'Cause,
a
like,
little bit of space now.
my problem is like with me is this fucking you guys can see there's like a ceiling fan directly above me and I'm already fucking 6'3", so I get in that suit and I have to like crunch over to get around in my because of it. Yeah.
I always forget that you're 6'3". I always forget that.
I'm a giant boy.
We're the
What's the
same
crazy-
height, man.
I know. Josh is 6'3" also.
Well,
He's
I'm
a big
like
boy.
6'2" and a bit, but I wouldn't consider myself 6'3".
Yeah. What is the craziest thing you've done? Can you one of the most wonderful things about your stream is your incentives or subs and stuff. I came in this morning after like running around and doing stuff, and Ken was doing her crazy weather lady, which is one of my favorite bits. Oh, she does her mouth spreader, which is
Hey,
I have no idea what you're talking about. I would never do anything weird on stream.
never. Ken
it's a
is
normal
completely
Tuesday.
Normal Tuesday.
I mean, and that's like I think that's one of the things that like they do well in this movie, right? Is they not lack of shame, but like I think that you have to have that certain like ability as a content creator to like most of the time to like not be embarrassed. And this guy isn't like embarrassed by much at all.
I love his
He's, like,
reactions
very-
to stuff, though.
Yeah.
You're running.
Yeah.
They do a great job of showing him as the stereotypical like sellout, right?
Yeah.
So he makes it abundantly clear. Like he even says, like, oh, I've been eating ramen and like whatever. And so they do a great job of that element. However, that is one of those elements that I hate that people bring up. But at the same time, they do a great job because they're making fun of it. And I think that it's fabulous that they showcase that. They did a really good job with a lot of those elements. But yeah, his screaming and stuff made me laugh because that's totally me.
Yep.
I've had some like scary IRL streams and that's kind of what I've done. So yeah.
It reminds me of what Daytune's been doing, where he's been
Yeah.
going to, and doing like the in-person things, kind of like the Ghost Hunter shows, like a lot like this. And I've been meaning to be like send it to him on Twitter and be like, you should check this movie out because he's been doing these for real in real life. And he's had some creepy shit happen to him.
Have you ever gone out with like your phone or like a rig and done like IRL streaming like it on location like this or anything?
I have, but not scary, like not horror based stuff. But I used to do a lot of IRL stuff.
Man, I feel like that is right up your alley, Ken. Like
I would totally do it. I would 100% would do it. Like, let's go. All three of us. Let's go.
my chat was talking about doing going to where those Bigfoot photos were from the original Bigfoot photos. Our video was just like the most famous Bigfoot one. And I was like, I'm gonna go look for Mothman with Continue, and that's what
We'll
I
go.
said.
I've been up there a few times. Let's go again. I want to go. Let's do it.
Have you ever seen
I would-
Sushi Dragon?
No, what is that?
Yes.
He's unreal. Like his overlays and everything that he makes on stream, like he has like 8 different cameras and he's got these controllers on his hands that controls all of it. And like he'll say something and he'll make his face turn into something else. And like it's the most insanely technical stream, but he brings it all on location too. Like
Oh fuck! I didn't realize that.
multiple
That's awesome.
cameras on location in a backpack. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. Like he's got the handheld, a GoPro on his head. His girlfriend has another camera, and like it's insane.
Dude, that's like the setup this guy has. Sean has in the movie is like it seems like advanced, but it seems like doable. Like,
It's
which is
it's like a PVC pipe for the one over his back. And like when he was setting up the cameras in the rooms, I was like, that's really fucking cool. I wonder how that works.
You gotta check out
like if
Sushi
that's
Dragon.
something, because that's cool as fuck. I would totally do it.
It's like
because I've seen how much goes into Sushi Dragon's like multi-camera setup. I was like, I was trying to like, because I like the techie side of streaming and stuff. So I was like, logistically, what are they missing here? I was like, because there's like 2 things that they're like not bringing for this to actually work or something. But I was like,
Signal.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
where the fuck they were, that was the one thing I was thinking about. And then second, like, I don't know how, I'm not really familiar with GoPros enough to say anything about it, I guess, but it seemed like odd to me that they could transmit like that and also be like infrared and motion sensor and all that, which I'm assuming the technology is there. It has to be. But at the same time, I was like, how does that work?
I think
they're like ring cameras.
Yeah, they exaggerated what like a GoPro could do. And I think though, I think the one that like was really like stood out to me, what that was the infrared, right? Like, because you see the ghosts like in that sequence, like fairly early on, and it's like, but like I think it was probably the most reasonable way to do that as like the way they shot this film, because man, they, for as good as this movie looks, it was bare bones as hell when it came to the budget. It seems like they got permission, or maybe they didn't even get permission to go to this old abandoned house, and they don't do much. Like they set up cameras all over the place, but like it's wonderful how much they do with as little as they do in this film.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's what the appeal.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that was my thing about it too. Like, because when I first started watching, I was like, oh my God, there's like nobody else in this movie. This is great. Like, you know, and then as it progressed, I was like, okay, he really needs somebody or something. And so when she showed up, I was like, this is perfect.
She had creepy eyes. And
oh my gosh, she had such pretty eyes. It was so funny the whole time. I was like, oh my gosh, her eyes are so pretty.
Yeah. What made me laugh about that too is the nose gag that they did.
Oh my
twice.
God!
She kept sticking her nose.
Yes.
Why? Why?
That was more. I would really love to hear them talk about this, like Joseph and Vanessa, the married couple. If like how much they were trying to match that tone of Evil Dead 2, because like, all I could think of like once this gets going is just Evil Dead 2, like Evil Dead 2 in like a modern like, you know, setting, right? Like they even have like he's reading Latin that he doesn't know, just like Evil Dead, and he's like, you know, like doing all this shit. Also, what I really liked how they brought other people in. They brought his chat in to do the grandma. Fucking wonderful. I love the grandma. She's like, well, he's fucked or whatever. Well, he's dead.
He's dead. And I love the kid that they brought in, like the kid who's like explaining everything. However, he did say, oh my gosh, what did he say? Oh, instead of pagan, he said Pasian. And I was like, have I been saying pagan wrong my whole life?
Also, that reminded me, the other thing that's completely inaccurate with this film is the chat was way too slow.
Yes,
for that many people. And then when he
there
did
was like 18 people in chat, but 3 million people watching. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like it was
it
like
on slow mode, but still,
slow mode, sub only.
Yeah.
Dude, I go into like Co's chat, who's got like 10,000-15,000 people in it. And it's going faster than like this was. Like that was
even Co's chat runs kind of slow in comparison.
Yeah, but like it. I don't know.
Co's community is kind of like chill and just. I don't think this dude would have a chill community.
No,
I can't imagine.
Galore, man.
Yeah, there was only one time I saw a message deleted by a mod, and because I was looking at it and I was like, when is anybody gonna get like? But nothing bad was going on.
With 3 million people, they would have to have like fucking hundreds of mods.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have to be. That's what's funny though, too, because I paid more attention to the chat the second time I watched this, and I'm like. You're seeing the same messages you see like in a normal chat. You're like, I see someone going, "Hey, I'm hungry. I don't know what to eat for dinner." Like completely I'm talking about random shit that has nothing to do with anything else, and you're just like, "Yeah, I mean that's chat."
Well, I have a friend who came in stream the other day. He had been in there all day, and we've hung out in real life, and we're really close, and we talk all the time, whatever. And he was like, "Ken, I'm so bored," and I was like. oh, I'm sorry. And somebody was like, those are things you probably shouldn't say in chat. And he's like, no. I mean, like, I'm bored and like, she's great, but like, I'm just bored. And I was like, yeah, he's fine. And he was like, yeah, I tell her in detail about my asshole. Like, we're good. I don't think she's boring. I'm just bored.
Yeah. I think like especially people in our generation and like people that like, you know, like if you're not doing 6 things at a time, Lawson, you're bored. You could have a stream on that you enjoyed. That doesn't mean you're not finding their stream. Yeah, they do a good job of that. And I think that like they did, because you look at the cast of this movie and you go, why are there so many people in the film? And it's because of mostly because of the YouTube thing or the videos that they send in. I could never imagine his chat actually translating that shit for him. I think they would like fuck with him and like it would be like close or like make it work. That's what they would do. But then you go at the ending of this movie, you go, oh, another thing that reminded me of Evil Dead 2, where you know it goes in the portal. The finger too.
When he tapes her finger to his hand, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good, Ken. Ken. When you want to say
I
something,
laugh so hard because it's so Evil Dead-esque.
Yeah. Well, when the finger stretches, like it's okay. Now I have to ask: were you two, either one of you, surprised when she goes fucking psycho on him and like bites his neck? Like because like it was acting a little, yeah. But you're like, what the fuck? Because you hadn't seen what's her name? The Marlene. What the fuck? Whatever, Marlene. Or whatever her name. And, yeah. So you didn't know it was her yet, right? Also, he didn't question at all how she got into the house. That was another thing. You're like,
he did later.
Yeah, later. Yeah. But like that would have been one of my first thoughts if I padlocked myself into my home. And can we talk about how fucking stupid it was to take your spark plugs out?
Yes.
And I know there are streamers that would do that shit, but like in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my God, this guy has got to have a contingency plan. Like you got to have spark plugs in your backpack or a key in your pocket. This motherfucker's like, woo.
We started like, but what I thought, because he is a content creator, he had spark plugs. Because we started there and didn't show him taking them out. See, like, but that's where my head went. He's a content creator. Yeah. He had spark plugs for the look of the so
also, I love the opening shot, like at the house where it's his T-shirt.
Oh my God, that was so good.
So fucking good. I
wonder if they sell those.
It was amazing. That was probably my favorite part of the whole movie. Just that shows that like pure content creator right there. Like he knows exactly what that audience would want.
Wish that they would put that font on the front and then the Deadstream logo on the back. I would wear the fuck out of that shirt.
Dude, the logo of this movie is fucking dope because it's it's like the ghoul hand holding the GoPro. And yeah, that would be dope. I was looking on Google to see if I could find anyone, and then I start finding Motionless in White stuff because they also have a song called Deadstream, I think. But yeah, there's a lot, and they nail so many aspects of it. Like, and it's like for the silly things we said, like the chat is a little slow for what it would be for that many people, and how many people were in his things, but like. They nailed this whole thing very well, and I love it. And this guy must watch streamers or something, like both of them, because like you feel like they have a some kind of grip on the. It doesn't seem like they're people like, oh, we're gonna go in and make fun of streamers, right? Like,
right?
They bust his balls, but like, it's a pretty respectful thing for a guy who seems like a very like likely person to exist in the real world. So yeah.
Streamer.
Oh shoot. There was something I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Oh, I remember now. I think that they showed off streamers and content creators in a better light than they did in Free Guy. I think in Free Guy they made all of the streamers that they had look cringy, even though they're fabulous. They're fabulous people. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm saying the movie gave them this very like frozen, rigid, here's a box, here's a character that you're portraying as yourself. Whereas this, it did not feel that way. So they did a great job.
They did a good, I mean, everything with that like was like, I mean, they did the thing where like these people push like limits and stuff like that, but like that was all like prior to, and like I did laugh though. The other thing that made me like when he starts freaking out and he's like, I dedicate the stream to all the Mexicans and African American blacks or whatever he says. It's like, dude, the way you're saying it's like that thing where it's like a guy like him says something like that and is trying to be like, you know, meaningful, but isn't saying it in a like the best way. It's very like that made me like, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if you're making this better. Oh, Josh, why do you just have it locked on me as I'm sitting here going?
He's probably eating chocolate.
Probably. Josh is on his period. Josh, did you die?
No.
God. Okay, see, Josh is already trolling better than the
I'm having fun with it, man. I'm having fun with it.
I know. You know, your scream.
Because
your scream t-shirt.
I usually would have saved you from yourself there, but I had already cut to you and you started rambling on and it wasn't going well. So for comedic value, I left it on you. Oh, fuck.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Rod,
10 out of 10.
I love your nail polish color, by the way.
It's very.
I want
like,
that color.
purpley. My wife doesn't like it, so I just started using it. I was like,
That's
I need
pretty.
to redo my nails.
Let's see.
Aren't they? They're cool. They look silvery and like
Purpley,
almost like
yeah.
like I chew mine, so this is all we got.
This is why I used to chew my nails
Same.
real bad. That's why I paint them.
Well, I don't chew them. I just cut them so there's nothing.
My toes were like that, and like
You chew your toes?
no, like I just cut them like ridiculously short, and then and I started shooting naked, and I stopped it. So. Okay, was that the clown dick noise? Is that
Yes.
Is that where we're going with that, Josh?
Yes.
What?
Uh,
I'm so on. I'm so on it. I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
God damn it.
I've derailed the show completely today.
I mean, Josh.
It's because I did edit. I usually don't, and it keeps this nice, clean thing. And
you introduced more chaos, just like the cuts in Deadstream, so it's okay. Just like the cuts in Deadstream. Also, you were right about the signal, Ken. I was sitting there going, like, even if he's supposed they're like in the middle of Utah.
We all thought the same thing, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we had you're kind of going, huh? Especially to be like broadcasting at like this guy is like seems like he's broadcasting at like a pretty high quality, like, you know.
It's like we're
content.
watching it in HD or something.
HD. What? HD.
Who even
These
streams
nuts.
at full 1080p? Jeez. I know I do, but like most people don't.
Most people don't get the bandwidth because like if you're not a partner, you're the allotted like whatever is
The transcoding. I thought that they changed that because there's more
They did
available.
change that.
Well, yeah.
they used to be at least.
Oh
yeah.
man, back in the day when transcoding. Oh god, I sound old as shit. Back in the day,
Back
you
in the
didn't
day.
have. First of all, you couldn't stream above 3,000 or like shit would break. And then if you didn't have transcoding, you sure as fuck couldn't go up that high. And you would be live, and then you'd get like a whole bunch of people that would come in, and then you'd drop because it couldn't transition to transcoding correctly, and then everybody would leave, and then you'd come back alive. Oh my god!
Because I'm part of like Activator's crew. Like he's like a camera guy for real movies and stuff, and he is really into all of the technical side of things. So like all behind the scenes on like the stream team, we have like deep conversations about like, well, this was a couple years ago, but when it was an issue and stuff, like we knew down to literally the kilobyte what you could push it to before you would break your stream, because we would all like test this stuff. So it was interesting to see a movie like this from that perspective, from all of our perspectives, like all three of us combined, like streaming, loving it. I don't know. I'm obsessed with technical specs, and if someone could pull this off, it would be Sushi Dragon in real life, and I want to see him do this, but not die.
I mean, it's funny because like I think that like this movie wouldn't have been nearly as much fun if they hadn't have like been campy with the ghouls and ghosts and everything like that, right?
However, did anybody else when he was like cutting the ghosts and like put the butcher knife in her head, or not butcher, whatever, be like, it's a ghost. Since when can we stab them?
Like, I mean, that started when he fucking gets her in the fucking throat with that like
that
the
was
wood
dope,
chunk.
though. Like,
yeah, or when
started
she
it
bites
off
his
good.
balls.
That was hilarious.
That was the most Evil Dead part of anything in this whole film.
100%. But that was like, I laughed so hard at that part because it was perfectly, Evil Dead.
When he goes in the closet, I was thinking Laurie Strode, like the whole it looked like the closet scene from like the original Halloween, and like I'm like, oh my god, they are just fully embracing the silliness of everything. And I love how like when they like his chat is making fun of him and he's like defending himself, like it sounds like me defending myself.
Depends on the day. Some days I'm like, yep, you're right. Or other days I'm like, don't say that. And then other days I'm like, well, let me tell you how that is extremely true.
It's that thing where like as a content like creator, streamer and everything like that, you're just like, some days you're just like, yeah, you nailed that one. Ken, what are you doing?
I don't know what's blue here. It's not blue. It has to be.
Wait, I can't see it.
You don't need to see it.
She was like,
oh, it's Rod's hat. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes, it's going in. Okay, lines up.
Either,
okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Okay.
What?
Yep.
I love that hat.
Not blue anymore.
It's great.
I like that hat too. Yeah.
The wife got it for me for Christmas. She was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, hats. Give me hats.
They're great.
You look great with hats. I mean, you look great without hats, but you look great with hats.
We spent most of our Christmas funds on the little demon puppy, so that was most of our Christmas. So demon puppy. That, and she got me every like horror pop Funko in existence. Not every, but she got me a lot of them. I'll have to send you guys a picture of them. There are a bunch.
This one?
No, I don't think she got me a Pinhead.
I don't have that one.
But
because I was never really big into Hellraiser until.
I mean, you didn't even see Hellraiser until we watched the. Did you ever end up watching? Did you watch the original? Josh did, right?
Yeah.
Josh did.
It. Yeah, that's what
the original is way better, by the way, and really funny.
It's very kinky. It's very gay and very kinky.
It's
fucking there was
funny.
There was a lot of gay horror in the 80s, which is wonderful. So, but it's okay. It is okay. Well, I don't even know, dude. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
I feel that.
It's like getting back into the real. We all came off of Ken's on a normal schedule, but we went back to work today. And
it sucked.
Yeah. You're sitting there going, fuck.
No, I don't sit at work anymore. I fucking stand all day at work. I made my desk only a standing desk, not a sit stand desk. So I stand all day. On purpose.
With your raging boner.
No, I have raging boners at home.
When I move downstairs, my plan is my new desk that Ralph got me, and then I'm gonna probably get something to make a standing desk that I can just easily move to, so that I can stand the majority of the time. Because fuck,
I think
if I ever
KPP
work from home again, like more often, I'm getting a sit-stand desk like immediately.
Yeah. I think KPP just got a treadmill to put under her desk.
see,
Nice.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I love it.
All about, because they make those walking mats on Amazon that
I
are
would
like
get one.
$200 or $300, and they just walk. You can't run on them, but they're great.
Dude, I was looking at for Christmas, after Christmas, I was looking at exercise bikes because my treadmill died. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I asked my friend who's the one I like tagged you in tweets with about protein months and months ago. I'm like, what should I look at? And she's like, oh yeah, just look at this one. And it was like an $1,800 bike. I'm like,
Oh, but what you can do is you can get, there's like, I don't remember what they're called, Josh, you might know, but they're like the things that put a regular bike in place and like lift the wheels off the ground, and you can
That's what
adjust
I have.
so then you can just use your regular bike in your house.
I don't have a regular bike in my house.
Well, then
I
get
have
a
a
regular bike. It's less than $1,800.
I mean,
Not my bike,
I'm not
but-
gonna. Dude, you biker the crazy bikers like Josh, like their bikes are worth like the same amount as a Porsche. Like,
My buddy has like a $10,000 bike, and my other friend has an even more expensive bike. I'm like, what the fuck?
it's okay, Josh. You're becoming a big star, even though you can't spell Joe, and so like you'll make money in.
I don't do any writing. I do art.
Yeah, I know. I'm just busting your balls, Josh. You talented motherfucker.
Josh
there
is
anything
gonna
else-
be like super big and famous, and we'll be like, Josh, will you please come do the podcast with us? And he'll be like, well, I guess.
Well, I guess, but I'm not running the video, and I'm not doing any of that peasant material. And he's got, with his pinky out the whole time.
I just walk around like this now.
Just everywhere.
My pinky must be out. Oh, I'm a fancy man.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Is there anything else you guys want to go over with us before we cash out with this?
Cash out.
Cash money.
records. Oh my
Cash
God.
money, bitch.
Bitch.
Money, bitch. West Side. I don't even know any of it.
God, what is happening? Rod is gone today. He is gone.
You're like milk.
Milk. Yep. I am the whitest man available. Whitest man alive.
available.
White,
I say while blinding everybody with my paleness.
What?
Ken, you and I are both pretty comparably white. And Josh, I mean, Josh isn't because he fucking he
Goes
bikes around
outside?
Canada. Yeah. I don't know what
What's
outside is.
outside like?
Katie
Snowy.
Peters posted a picture of her like at I think that her and her husband went to like a ski resort or something for a
I just
weekend.
get
and it-
tattooed so I look like I have more color. I don't actually have.
That's my
color.
plan.
And she posted a picture of her outside, and I'm like, that big room you're in doesn't have a ceiling. I'm like, what is this? What is this room without a ceiling? I'm confused. Yeah, I don't fucking know. So,
Love it.
there's nothing else. Do you guys have any plans on what to watch? Okay, this is the question. Are we all going to see Megan over the weekend?
Is it over
Josh
the weekend?
doesn't- It comes out on Friday, I think. Also, that reminds me. Did you,
You
see
scared the
fucking
shit out of
I
me.
know.
Okay, sorry.
Ken pooped a little bit. Did you see them? What they were doing with the Megan dancers at the fucking
Yeah.
football game the other day?
No.
No.
Yeah, they had the LA Rams game or something. They had like 6 of these girls dressed up like Megan doing the weird hallway dance at like halftime or something like that.
I would like to do the menu.
It's on HBO Max now.
Yes, that's why
That would
I'm
be
bringing
great.
it up.
I'm down with that. Let's do the menu.
Yeah, because like I wanted to go to see it in theaters, but now that we can see it at home, I say
Yep.
we see it at home, and then because I'm obsessed with Anya Taylor-Joy. If you didn't know, she's like on my arm. And
Ray Fiennes and Voldemort's in it, and
Wait, what was the name of it again?
the menu.
the menu.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The menu.
I've heard, like, I
book.
honestly, when I first saw the trailer, didn't want to see it and thought it looked like shit. But I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. So I want to check it out for myself and review it with you guys.
Chris Stuckman said lots of very nice things about it, and I can't wait for his movie to come out this year. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I hope it's really good. It seems like he got a good caster too. So, okay, let's do the menu then. And with that, I think we're all done. We went late, and we also did it on a Tuesday instead of a normal Monday because the two surrounding me. Oh no, it's this way. Yeah, these two. No, these two. They were busy last night, so
I wasn't even
this
home
is Murder
yet.
Moose. Yeah, Murder Moose, flexibility, ADHD, all wrapped up in one. Yes. So next week we will do the menu, and I think that's all. Anything else, you two? Before we
This
check
was
out?
a very like first of the year vibe.
We're all,
podcast.
dude.
We're all
I'm
so just
struggling
like
today.
What is the new?
Dude, and then you fucking put the camera on me while I'm sitting there going, I don't have anything to say right now, and you're just gonna, okay, fuck you, Josh, you motherfucker. I'm gonna fly to Calgary and take a moose shit in your fucking mouth. A moose shit in your mouth. Okay, murdermoose.com, Murder Moose Pod on Twitter, and go find our YouTube and subscribe to us so we get our 100 subs. You motherfuckers, we need 42 people to come sub to us. 42. So come sub and pay all your family members to do it. So let's do this. Yes, do that. We have continue.com, stdmotel.com, stdhotel.com,
Onlynouns.com,
Onlynouns.com,
quainting.com, and continue.com. You can find me on all those locations.
And check her out on her streams. And where she doesn't stream Saturday, but she's every other day she's there being awesome, being dope. And Josh, he's out there whipping his like creative dick out and making movies and being fucking awesome. Josh is dope. And making awesome posters. Dude, that's a cover for a metal album.
Yeah,
dude.
it really
It
is.
really
That's
is.
sick.
And
And
I've been listening to a
dot
lot
on
of
the
metal.
Forehead is that like logo from the chat when he was getting like bits. It's the bit logo from the movie on the skull.
Oh, that's dope, dude. That's a fucking awesome detail, man. That's so dope. And I'm Rod_Johnston on Twitter and Twitch and all those things. And I've continued. I think I've scared away all my audience playing Yakuza games, but I'm going to keep doing it. So eat
I'm
my
doing Graveyard
asshole.
Keeper. Come hang out.
Yeah, that game looks cool. I think I saw that Domestic Dan play that like last year for the first time. And I'm like, what is this?
It's like Stardew, but with corpses and
Yep.
vampires and all kinds of stuff. And
there's
mortuaries.
Can you love games where you have to like manage your inventory? I've noticed. Like my ADHD.
Terrible at it. Oh my god, I don't know how. And I'm sorry. I know that we're wrapping up, but there are certain people in the stream that like I'll throw something in a box, and then I'll be running around 20 minutes later, like I don't know where this is, and they're like, "Oh, well, you've got it in the box that's to the left of your house, in the back corner. Do a circle 5 times, and it's right there." You're like, "Oh, it is. What do you know?"
There's a clip of me when I was playing Resident Evil where I was looking for an item for an hour on stream, and I had put it in the box, and they clipped me realizing that the item was in the box for an hour. I was literally running around like this and this. I'm like, where the did I drop what? And the I'm the biggest moron in the world look on my face is just like my chat just laughed at me for forever.
If you lose items in Resident Evil, you're kind of fucked.
And your chat was going just as fast as the chat with 3 million people from the movie.
It was the same exact chat speed. So, okay, motherfuckers, we will see you next week for the menu. And hopefully Rod is not a complete idiot by then. So we love you guys. Thank you for being dope. Wonderful way to start 2023. And catch you guys next week.